You are listening to PowerScore's Featured Law Schools podcast series. Today's featured law school is the University of Georgia Law School. Currently ranked number 35 by the U.S. News & World Report, Georgia Law has a total full-time enrollment of about 704 students and currently costs a little over $15,000 for full-time in-state students and a little over $33,000 for full-time out-of-state students. For the 2013 graduating class, Georgia Law had close to a 22% acceptance rate. And when it came to the admission for the fall of 2012, the median LSAT score was a 164, while the median GPA was a 3.7. Representing the University of Georgia Law School in our podcast today is the Assistant Dean of Student Affairs, Paul Rollins, and a past Vice President of the Student Bar Association and student in the 2011 graduating class, Martina Pilato. Assistant Dean Rollins says the part that sets Georgia apart from other law schools is the student-faculty interaction.
You can point to a lot of things, I think, that make a school unique or different. Certainly the setting of each school is different. I think the culture of each school is different. But the thing that probably sets Georgia apart is the students themselves and the interactions they have with faculty and with each other. I think it's a supportive environment where students are smart and they all want to do well, but not at the expense of their classmates. And I believe that kind of dynamic pervades the law school and makes going to law school here as pleasant as going to law school can be. Even during the first year, when I think students are stressed out, there's that kind of safety net of support that makes our students here, I think, happy with their experience, even when they're working really hard.
And when asked what kind of advice he has for potential applicants, Rollins says Georgia looks for academically successful students, but also students who have given back to their community.
We're looking for the same thing in students that all law schools are, in the sense that we want students who have succeeded academically and proven they can do law school level work, students who have done good works and things outside of the academic environment to give back to their communities, to serve the public good in some way. And students who I think have demonstrated that they're going to work hard. There are a lot of smart students, but those who succeed, I think, in law school and then beyond are those who are disciplined and can prioritize and will do the work that's required to succeed. So in terms of what we're looking for, it's really the students who, in their undergraduate experience and their work experience, have demonstrated that they have those sorts of qualities and that kind of experience.
Rollins finishes his comments by saying you can get anywhere from Georgia Law.
I think it's really difficult to make a decision about where to go to law school without thinking a little more broadly about not just where you'd like to be for 3 years, but where you'd like to end up. You can get anywhere from here. But I do believe that it's worthwhile for a student who's trying to decide to come and visit, to talk to current students. You're going to get a perspective from them that I think will give you a better idea of what you need to know to make the correct decision. We always would like for students that we've admitted to come and visit the law school, to tour the law school with a current student, to walk around, to go into the library, just to ask students how their experience has been here. We don't feel any need or have any desire to pre-screen students that our admitted or prospective students talk to, because we found that our best recruiters are our current students, because they're happy with their experience, and I think they do the best at selling the school to those who are interested. But I guess to come back and answer your question, if a student can visit, then I believe that's probably the most important thing they can do to decide where to go to law school. But if they can't, we're happy to arrange for them to communicate with students via email, telephone, look at our website. We have some information on there. But basically to make an informed decision and not just base it on factors that I think aren't personal to what they themselves want to do and where they want to be.
And when it comes to the student body perspective at the University of Georgia Law School, a student in the 2011 graduating class and past vice president of the Student Bar Association, Martina Pilato, says her favorite aspect of the law school are the students in her section.
I guess I would have to say, coming here, I went to UGA for undergrad as well, and coming here for me, really the students, the way that law school is set up for the first year, obviously you're in a section with the same group of students. And for me, that's really been my favorite aspect of Georgia Law is kind of getting involved in that section and having that group. And we've kind of stuck together for the 3 years that we've been here. We, work together in the library and hang out outside of school. I've been, we go to each other's. I've, gone to other students' weddings and other events in their lives. And that to me has been kind of the greatest aspect is building that kind of peer colleague base while I'm here.
Martina also says the student life aspect of Georgia Law is different than an undergraduate experience, but that being in Athens is a great plus to the school as well.
I would say it's definitely different from my experience in undergrad. The student life here, I would say you spend considerably more time on campus. There was always somebody in the library that I was friends with, even as a third-year student, either doing some sort of organizational activity or studying. We do our fair amount of studying and getting together in study groups, but the great thing about Georgia Law is its placement in the town that it's in Athens, Georgia. It's a really great college town, and so there's plenty of students. We get together and go to concerts and go out for dinner and out at night, so there's also that aspect too. It's not just studying and kind of going home and doing your own thing. There's a lot of cohesiveness and being together both on campus and off campus.
And finally, Martina suggests that picking a law school is a personal decision and that the student body and professors at Georgia have a great open-door policy.
I would say, well, obviously I chose Georgia Law for a variety of reasons, and for me it's been a great choice. I do think that law school is kind of a personal decision. There's a lot of factors to me that went into my decision, and for me the greatest aspects of Georgia Law are obviously the student body. The professors are very open to meeting with students. There's definitely, I would say, an open door policy. I feel like I got to know many of my professors well, and for me at least, financially, Georgia Law is economically a great decision. I got a great legal education, and I knew I wanted to be in the Southeast. So for me, this was the best option, and I think especially for me, having gone somewhere like this in the Southeast that has such a great reputation, a lot more doors are open for me, and I was able to kind of pursue different legal aspects because I didn't have a great amount of debt, and the reputation kind of carries you even outside of the Southeast as well. So for me, it was a great option, although I do think it's a personal decision for you and where you want to practice and where you want to be while you're here.
Thank you for listening to PowerScore's podcast series. If you want more information on PowerScore's podcasts and services, please visit PowerScore.com, or you can call 1-800-545-1750.